in Baltimore. Now it's time for the Granted in Style radio show with your host, Dr. Marsha Koger. Good afternoon, Doctor.
Good afternoon, Tony. Good afternoon, Baltimore. This is Dr. Marsha Koger with the Granted in Style radio show. Have a great show planned for you today. I hope people can call in. I want you all to call in. I'm going to put the number out there first. You can call in during the show. The number is 443-380-2803. Before I get started on my topic, I just want to say that after 3 days of counting votes, that we have declared Joe Biden as the 46th president of the United States, and Kamala Harris is the first African-American vice president of the United States. And I was extremely excited about this election because we had more people vote than ever before during an election like this. And also just one of my personal pet peeves, I would say, or one of my personal passions is that people are more involved about the political process. I've been doing political work now for about 20 years. And so what was exciting to me just about really the last 4 years is that more people are involved with this political process, with voting. During this process, too, we learned about the Electoral College. I don't think the average everyday person knew about that before. So really excited about that, and I hope, too, this momentum just continues on, that you vote again in 2 years. The next 2 years, we vote for our state senators, state delegates, and we will be voting for Congress and Senate. So I just wanted to mention that. I couldn't do this show without mentioning that. So I wanted to say, though, the whole month of November for the Granted in Style radio show is dedicated to gratitude. As you know, this is a month with Thanksgiving. We celebrate Thanksgiving. That's a time when we're with our family and friends. So this is November. So we're going to be we're going to just acknowledge and celebrate gratitude and just being thankful. Just me personally, I've been really thankful during this period, even though there are a lot of things that are happening. People aren't working and all types of things, but I just feel really grateful and thankful that I wake up every day, that I haven't been sick, that I still have a job. So this show today is dedicated to gratitude. So I am asking people to call in. The first person who calls in, I would like them to say what they're grateful for, what they're thankful for. Again, it's 443-380-2803, and I have a prize for you. So the next 4 shows, I have some beautiful jewelry that I will be giving away. It's been donated by Leslie Green with Jewels. She's Girly Girl Jewels. So I have some jewelry, I have some gift certificates, and some other giveaways and surprises. So call in, the first person who calls in, let me know what you're grateful for. The number is 443-380-2803. So I'm going to start talking about gratitude and just ways to show gratitude. So I'm going to talk about how you can show gratitude personally as well as showing gratitude to your employees, showing gratitude. Pastors out there, you all have Ministry of Health workers, so showing gratitude to your Ministry of Health workers. Just think about it. Church workers are basically volunteers. Most people aren't paid, so it's important to express gratitude to your church workers. If you are a boss or a supervisor, how can you show gratitude to those employees? If you run a nonprofit organization, how can you show gratitude to your board members? That's really important, to just thank people and to show gratitude. So I'm going to start off with just what is gratitude? Gratitude is the quality of being thankful, the readiness to show appreciation for and to return kindness. Also, being thankful is being grateful, and having gratitude is living in a constant state of gratefulness and thankfulness. So we want to live in a constant state of gratefulness and thankfulness. We want to live in that state of gratitude. So also, too, gratitude increases. When you express gratitude, thankfulness, it increases the dopamine in your body, in your brain, and the increased levels of dopamine makes you feel happier. So the more gratitude you express, the happier you are.
Now, Dr. Koger, let's take your first call because I think someone wants to express their gratitude as well. Jennifer, you're on the line.
Okay. Hi, Jennifer.
Hello.
Can you give me your name?
Jennifer McDonald.
Jennifer McDonald, where do you live? Where are you from?
Baltimore, Maryland.
Baltimore, Maryland. So tell me, what are some of the things that you're grateful for?
I'm mostly grateful for my mother and her life because she was supposed to have surgery yesterday, and the doctor didn't do the surgery because he said her chances of making it wouldn't be good.
Oh,
So I'm
wow.
very grateful. I'm grateful for him and, his humanity of just being honest and not performing it, and I'm grateful for her life.
Okay, good. Well, thanks for calling, Jennifer, and thanks for that. What's your mother's name?
Cassandra McDonald.
Because I'm going to put her on my prayer list, and I'll be praying for her and praying for you as well. And thank you so much for calling, and thanks for sharing that with us. Hold on, because you were the first caller. Hold on. Tony is going to take your number because I'm going to get back in touch with you because I have a great prize for you. So thank you so much for sharing and calling in, Jennifer. So have a good day. Thank you.
Thank you. You have a blessed day, too.
Okay, thank you. Okay, great. So thanks. That's a great testimony right there. So as I was saying that we want to stay in a constant state of gratitude and gratefulness. So one way to show and demonstrate gratefulness is to give people their flowers while they are still alive. That there are people in your life who have been very meaningful to you. So it's important that we express that to that person while they're still alive. As we know with COVID, you don't know. You don't know when one day might be the last day that you see somebody. So you want to express to your family members, to your mom and dad, if they're still alive, mine or not. I wish they were. So call them regularly. Call them every day, regardless of what the relationship is, to really be able to express to people how you feel. And when you express that gratefulness, make sure you tell them exactly what you mean, too, as well. Not just like, I love you, or I'm thankful for you being in my life, but thankful why, to really express that to that person. And I want to just give you, along with that, just expressing that gratefulness to the person, I'm going to give you some things that you can do to really demonstrate, too, that gratefulness. Again, I'm talking to people, pastors, for your ministry of health leaders, if you run a nonprofit, for your board members, if you are an employee, to your supervisor or boss, if you are a boss, to your employees. Again, it's important that we express gratefulness to the people that are important to us in our lives. So
now, Dr. Koger, before you do that, can you take another call? You have someone else that wants to express their gratitude as well.
Yes, thank you. Okay, who do I have on the call?
Hi, this is Benia. How are you?
Benia?
Yes.
Okay, hi, Benia. How are you? Thanks for calling in. What part of town are you
having me.
from?
I'm from Baltimore, Maryland, also.
Okay, thanks for calling, Veneer. So, tell me, what are you grateful for?
So I am truly grateful for everything, right? For so much that even on today, from the smallest thing of it being a beautiful day outside, but even on top of people feeling a lift and some type of relief. And restored hope and restored joy on a day like today. And I'm most grateful, truthfully, just for how I am and how I think, is that, for all that we have endured as a people thus far, so that way we can truly appreciate. To me, gratefulness, I really pride myself on being a grateful person and keeping an attitude of gratitude. It stems for me from respect and appreciation. So even if I may not agree with something that you believe in, but I can respect that it means something to you. And then I can appreciate even something in between there, even if we don't agree, that it's still something I can appreciate about you if it's just your passion for what matters to you. So I'm grateful for all of what we've endured as a people thus far, so that we all can appreciate and truly appreciate a day like today, that God has given us to see just a brand new life, understanding that there's still work for each of us to do, no matter what the results would have been.
Absolutely. Well, great. That is so. And Veneer, you stay on too. And Tony, get her information. I have a prize for you. I have something I'm going to send you as well. So thanks for calling, and just thanks for that insight. That is so good, Veneer. I appreciate that. And actually,
thank you so much.
Said too. Thank you. So enjoy the rest of your day. So that's so good. What Veneer just said goes to my second point of being able to look at things from someone else's perspective. She just said, even if she doesn't agree, but being able to look at things from somebody else's perspective. Just think about it. I gave the example of the pastor in your congregation. You might think that, or just even a teacher with a student. I remember when I was teaching at Randallstown High School, I had a student who would come in every day, and she would sleep. She would sleep during my class, and she slept maybe the first 15, 20 minutes, and I could have been like, get up, and, why are you sleeping in my class? But I found out later that she was taking care of her family, and she had to get her brothers and sisters dressed in the morning, so she was tired in the morning. So me being able to look at things from her perspective as a student, I didn't know what was going on in her life. So it's really important, too, that you consider things from another person's perspective. So that's very important, too. Again, feel free to call in if you have some things that you're grateful and thankful for that you want to share. 443-380-2803. That's 443-380-2803. So I was giving you a list, too, of things that you can do to express gratitude to those volunteers, to your Ministry of Health members. You can invite them to lunch, to a movie, or to get a snack. You can acknowledge them in if you have an electronic newsletter, you can acknowledge your Ministry of Health, your board members, your employees in your electronic newsletter. And actually, right now with COVID, a lot of pastors, churches, organizations, you're having things virtually online. So just think, if for your church service, before you begin your church service, you might highlight a volunteer or one of your Ministry of Health workers. So I do feel like that this whole electronic wave has opened up some additional opportunities, but additional opportunities to thank people. As you know, too, I'm in the fundraising business, and part of fundraising is cultivation and relationships. So it's important when donors and people give that we thank them. I thank them with letters. So that was one thing. You want to thank people. We want to thank people when other people are around. Just, again, pastors, church leaders, board members, you thank them. You make sure your congregation, maybe you stand in front of the congregation and you thank your folks in the audio booth. You thank your Ministry of Health members. So you thank people when you thank your volunteers when others are around. You want to maybe thank your volunteers on your agency's website. So that's an easy place to really thank your volunteers. You want to maybe, again, if you are a church, I keep talking about church, or even a board member, you might want to have a recognition event where you thank your volunteers, your Ministry of Health workers, you give them certificates and that type of thing. Another thing is maybe you give your volunteers a book of inspirational quotes, poems, or stories. You can tell others of your volunteers' contributions. You can give each volunteer a certificate of appreciation. You can acknowledge your volunteers at a recognition dinner or an event. You can send your volunteers thank you notes. This is big. Birthday cards, holiday cards, anniversary cards, highlighting their years of service. I know I do that with my donors. I try to do that with my board members. You can do that with your employees. You can do that if you, again, are a church leader, to really thank them personally with personal notes, acknowledge people's birthdays with their anniversaries. Again, I keep a database in fundraising. I usually keep track of that and send out cards just acknowledging my donors. You can dedicate an event to your volunteers. You can make sure you reimburse your volunteers for any out-of-pocket expenses that they might have, that if you coordinate an event or maybe a person is involved with the audio ministry, make sure those people are not compensated, but are reimbursed for any expenses. There is a National Volunteer Week. You can make sure you do a celebration during that week. You can give them a small, inexpensive gift that is related to volunteers' interests. So we can always give people gifts. When volunteers or people have been away, again, your church members, let them know that they were missed. Make sure you acknowledge that. You can collect money from a group to give bigger gifts, such as a personalized gift basket. So the key point is that your acknowledgement of gratitude should be personalized. Make sure it's personalized to each volunteer. Okay, so some other ways the main ways, number one I said was give people their flowers when they're still alive. You want to make sure you try to look at things from another person's perspective. That's a way to show gratitude. The other way, number 3, is to change your own perspective. That, for instance, change your perspective. When I say change your perspective, I mean that, let's say it's raining outside. When it rains outside, you wake up, you say, oh, it's raining outside. This is a good day for me to stay in the house, for me to wrap up. Oh, it's a yucky day that, I'm not going to get work done. Who said that has to be the case? When it rains, so what? It's raining outside. I know I do an opposite thing in my head all the time with a lot of things. I'll say when it rains, when it's snowing, when the weather is bad, I'll say, this is a great day for me to go out the house. This is a great day for me to work. This is a great day for me to get all kinds of things done. So you can change how you look at a situation, even when, just another thing, I know a lot of times when people, if you wake up, maybe you have 3 bad things happen to you. And then a lot of people will say, oh, this looks like this is going to be a bad day. No, change that. Say that, okay, those 3 bad things happen, but then say the rest of my day is going to be phenomenal. So you can change your perspective. Or you might have a bad thing happen to you. You might have something that's bad, negative, that happens to you. But with everything that happens, we learn a lesson from that. We learn a lesson. And there is a positive way that, a perspective that you can have on whatever that thing is. So that's number 3. Think about change your perspective. So, again, this show, I am talking about gratitude, and I want you to call in and tell me just some of those things that you're grateful for. That, I do feel grateful during this time, and it's important that we talk about gratitude and what we're thankful for. And if you call in, I do have some giveaways that I'm giving to you. I'm grateful for you all as my listeners so that you tune in every Saturday. So because I'm grateful to you, so I'm going to be giving away some items. I have jewelry, gift certificates that I'm giving away. So again, call me and let me know what you're grateful for. The number is 443-380-2803. The number is 443-380-2803. I mean, I got some good prizes, so, give me a call. So, let's see, I gave you 3 overall ways that you can demonstrate gratitude. So, let's see, I had number 3. Number 4, these are small things that you can do, though. Number 4 is give people eye contact and give people your undivided attention. I know that we're in a digital world where people carry their phones around, where you're looking at social media, you want to see how many likes you have or whatever the pictures are. So we're glued to our phones, but sometimes you can miss the things around you. So just when you're talking, if you're going out with somebody at lunchtime, put your phone away. Give that person your undivided attention. If you are in a grocery store, you're in a grocery store, and a lot of times we'll be in a grocery store, our minds might be on other types of things, but maybe that clerk, if you smile at that grocery store clerk, or you don't know, again, that perspective, you don't know what that grocery store clerk is going through. So maybe if you smile, how you doing? Talk to that grocery store clerk. When you go to the bank, don't be distracted on your phone. You never know what you could bring to that person at the bank. So let's give people eye contact and give them undivided attention. So that's number 4. Again, call in if you want to say some things you're grateful for. It's 443-380-2803. So number 4, I said, was give people your undivided attention, and make sure to you when you listen to somebody, don't listen thinking of what you're going to say back. A lot of times, too, we want active listening. You don't want to listen, and then you think, okay, I'm thinking in my head, okay, what I'm going to say when that person stops talking. So when you do that, you're not really listening. So really, you have to really practice this, too. Practice active listening. That's number 4. Number 5 is give people a hug. When you see people, I know we're in COVID, make sure you have on your face mask, but when you see people, give them a hug. That just even with hug and touch really lets you know and lets people know that you really care about them. So that was number 5. Number 6, just be there. Sometimes just being there for somebody, if maybe somebody's in a hospital or maybe somebody just died, that it's really important to just be there. Go over to their house. Just be there. We don't have to always say something to you. You're in a hospital room with a person. You're just sitting there by their side. You could just be watching TV. But if somebody is going through, somebody calls you, somebody's going through something, just go over there. Just be there. We don't have to always talk. We don't have to always have a solution to anything. But just be there and just to sit with a person. That was number 6. And number 7 is offer to help someone. Again, if maybe somebody has passed away that you know of, whatever the situation, if a person is talking about they need money, and sometimes it's good, I'll say, okay, I'm going to pray for you. Sometimes I pray for people, okay, I'll say, okay, I'll pray for you about that situation. Sometimes I'll pray for people right then. Okay, let's pray right now. Or if whatever it is they need a job, help them find a job. If they need money, give them some money. So we can pray for them, but at the same time, we need to provide for people in natural ways as well.
I have one more caller for you, Dr. Koger. Okay. It's someone named Lawrence who wants to express his gratitude.
Okay, who do I have, Lawrence?
Hello, Dr. Marsha Koger.
Yes. Hi, is this Lawrence?
Yes, this is Lawrence Koger.
Oh, okay. So, Lawrence, what part of town are you calling from?
I'm calling from Baltimore, Maryland.
Okay. Tell me, what are some of the things that you're grateful for?
So, one, I'm definitely grateful for you. I'm grateful for family. And I think right now how you were just talking about, showing gratitude, I think, time, people don't really put importance on the essence of time, how, time is kind of all we have. So, it's, very important for times like this to, spend time with each other. And I've been spending a lot of time with you. I've been spending a lot of time with Dad. And, it's just, I think it's really important to just take that time to really just sit down, do puzzles, play spades, just talk about things. So I'm really just grateful for you, really grateful for family, really grateful for God, really grateful for laughter, and really grateful for opportunity.
Oh, thanks for calling, Lawrence. That, as you all know, Lawrence Koger, that's my son. And, of course, you have me in tears over here. And I'm thankful for him as well. So, Lawrence, look, I know your information, so you do. I have a prize for you as well. Thanks.
Yeah, I want my necklace.
You can get the watch. Okay. So, and he said some good things, too. And each caller is just saying some good things. I like, of course, during this time, we're spending time with family. And we have been doing a puzzle together. It's taken us a long time. We have been having a lot of talks and just being grateful for the time like he said, time that we have together. And he said just some other things, too, that I thought were important. He just said thankful for laughter. I know just for me personally and for him as well. And I plan to do a show on laughter and laughing. I've been thankful for laughing and laughter. Just laughter does so much, especially during a time like this. We need to really take some time to laugh. So, Lawrence, thanks for calling in. So, let's see. I was on number 7. And again, if anyone wants to call in and say what they're thankful for, 443-380-2803. I think we have time for maybe one more call. So thanks for everybody who called in. And I want to make sure I say one really important thing about gratitude, too, is that if someone helps you, if someone does something for you, to make sure you double back to them and let them know what happened as a result. Because it's really important. Just even, I know I think about this with my church, and I'm thankful for my Pastors Dawn and Danielle Lewis, and I'm thankful for my church family, which is Covenant Living Fellowship in Randallstown. I think I have the best pastors. I have the best church members just ever. I've been attending that church for 26 years, and they have just poured so much into me and my family's life, and I'm so thankful to them. But it's important, too, for us to tell our leadership and our pastors how we feel about them. I think about it, even with messages. They preach messages to us every week. And, I asked them one time, how do you know we get it? because it's not like you're in school and you have a test and so you get assessed and you know that they got it. He said that he knows, God tells him and shows them. But I think as well that it's really important for us to go back and tell our leadership, church leadership, what they've meant for us in our lives. So I think it's important, too, to double back with people, to let them know, because you said this changed my life. Because you made this connection, this is how my life has transformed and changed. It worked. It didn't work. So it's really important that you double back. So that was number 8. So I just gave you 8 ways to demonstrate and show gratitude. I'm going to be talking about gratitude for the whole month of November. I have some guests on that will talk about it. So, again, thank you so much. I like to end every single show with amen, which is agree with God, move with God, end with God, and never doubt God. And this is Dr. Marsha Koger with the Granted and Style radio show, and I am grateful and thankful to each and every one of you. So thank you. God bless. Have a good week. Bye-bye.